Hello and welcome to episode 175 of the Daily Sales Message, where every single day I share a piece of simple or actionable advice that's designed to help you feel more confident and sell more stuff. And you think after 175 episodes I might be running out of things to talk about. Quite the opposite is true. Whilst I've been making these episodes, I've come across all sorts of new cool things and tips and tricks and structures and strategies I can share. I've got at least 500 episode ideas up my sleeve. I know my sleeves don't look that big, but I've got at least 500 episode ideas up my sleeve, so we're not stopping anytime soon. In today's episode of the Daily Sales Message, I've got 4 simple words for you that work 100% of the time, and it's all about conveying meaning, not information. Very important, conveying meaning, not information, and this is the difference between features and benefits. I'm looking at upgrading my MacBook at the moment to an M2 or an M3, a much more powerful processor. I know a little bit about computers. I'm aware of what RAM is, RAM, random access memory. Essentially, it's the memory that your computer uses whilst you run it. So the more RAM you have, the more your computer can do without slowing down. So I'm approximately aware of that. But in the context of what I'm going to tell you here with these 4 words, if you are trying to sell me a laptop, and I don't know the first thing about laptops and RAM, random access memory, I don't know anything about that. I just know I want to use a laptop and produce video content, etc. You can say this: hey James, this is the new Apple Whizzy MacBook M2 whatever. It's got 48 gigabytes of RAM, 512 gigabyte hard drive, blah, 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 blah. You could just tell me what it is. So you give me the information. Convey information. It's better if you convey meaning, and this is where the 4 words come in. It's got 48 gigabytes of RAM. What that means is so it's got 48 gigabytes of RAM. What that means is you can process a video whilst streaming a video, whilst doing your work on Google Docs, whilst having a Zoom call, whilst downloading something from the internet, and your computer won't skip a beat, it won't slow down. It's got enough capacity to do all those things at the same time. So what that means is turns a feature to a benefit. 48 gigabytes of RAM? Who cares? Is that good? I don't know. Is that a big number? I don't really know. If I tell you in your real world context what you can actually do with that, I know you like to produce a lot of video, James. So actually, you can edit 25 videos concurrently. You can save time. So rather than doing back to back to back, you do them all at once and save that time. That's why you need 48 gigabytes of RAM. Okay, now I understand. That's very attractive. I'm in. Let's do it. What that means is, so the next time you're talking to a potential buyer and you find yourself edging into, or not even edging, jumping into talking about the boring features of what your 48 gigabytes of RAM and this and that and blah, 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 capacity, blah, 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 all the kind of seemingly boring things that nobody cares about, just remember what that means is, and that bridges the gap from feature to benefit. It's got this. What that means is that, because the more real and contextual you can make your offering for your potential buyer, the higher the chance of them understanding and connecting with what you're offering, and ultimately then buying it from you. What that means is really simple. Like I say, works not literally 100% of the time. It does work 100% of the time in helping people to understand your offering and to connect with it. Okay, that's it for this episode of the Daily Sales Message. Tomorrow we're talking about merit, not money. Merit, not money. I'll explain more probably in about 4 or 5 minutes tomorrow on the next episode of the Daily Sales Message. In the meantime, if you haven't already connected with me on LinkedIn, hop on over to LinkedIn, put in James Newell, Clear Sales Message. You will find me there. Send me a connection request, send me a DM, let me know what you like about a Daily Sales Message, any questions that you've got. It's always really lovely to hear from listeners from around the world, or if you're just here in the UK too. Thank you for listening or watching all the way to the end. I do appreciate it. I'll see you tomorrow.